Hi guys, thanks for joining me. This is an SAP FICO training video. The main subject today is accounts payable. A subtopic within accounts payable is business partner, and within business partner there is the subtopics of general data and company code data. Everything in this video today will be about general data and company code data for the business partner and accounts payable within SAP FICO training. So if these videos are helping you all on your SAP journey, please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment in the chat. Let me know what kind of day are you having? What kind of mood are you in today? Okay, so how I like to formulate these videos is I like to put the information in question form. So I'll ask questions and I'll give you the answers to the questions. And if we could just so happen to remember how to answer these questions, then we can retain the information a bit easier. I think it's a clever technique. Pat myself on the back there. So without any further delay, let's dive right in. What is accounts payable? AP manages the financial processes relating to purchasing, including vendor invoices, payment processing, clearing and reconciling of open items. How is master data for accounts payable managed? By the business partner master data object. What does the business partner concept include? Vendor master records, AP, customer master records, AR. What happens when you have a customer and a vendor who are the entity? They have fully integrated relationships within BP who are the same entity. What happens when you have a customer and a vendor who are the same entity? They have a fully integrated relationship within BP. When the same entity has different business partner roles, what is shared between the roles? General data. How can you extend already defined business partners? By creating application-specific business partner roles. What are some examples of application-specific business partner roles? Credit management and collections management. What is the T code to manage business partner master data processes? BP. What happens if you try to execute a transaction that BP has made obsolete? You will be redirected to BP. How is the finance data for vendors divided in the business partner record? General data and company code data. Okay, let's put our focus on general data. And we're going into SAP. So we're going to enter the T code BP, and that'll bring you to this screen. Okay, and this is the screen for the business partner master record. Give you a second to take it all in. And we're going to talk about some things here. Don't you worry. Click the drop down list. You'll see I have it highlighted here in the red box to help guide us through. You're welcome. Select supplier number. Once selected, this will bring up the business partners maintained as vendors. This is a pretty important step. Okay, it shows us how to get to the vendor maintenance area, if you will. Delete the maximum hits so all the vendors will display. If you have 100 in there, it'll only display 100 vendors, but if you delete it, it'll be wide open. If you got thousands of vendors, they're all populated. Click the start button. So this start button, that's like execute. Now it's going to pull up all of these vendors. The list of vendors will appear at the bottom of the screen. So you'll see at the bottom of my screen, I don't have any vendors here, but this is where your list of vendors will pull up at, with company sensitive information. We don't want to just be having people's stuff on here. So, but that is where the list of vendors will populate on the bottom. And what I want you to do is double click any of the vendor numbers to go to the general data screen. All right. That's what all this is about. We're trying to get over to that general data screen. Okay. This is the general data screen. General data is valid for all partner functions of business partners. Give you a second to take it all in, and don't you worry, we'll talk about it. The general data is organized into tabs that group together similar fields. See all the tabs there: address, identification, control, legal data, etc. The display in BP role, this guy here, it's highlighted in red. The display in BP role drop-down list displays the roles maintained in BP. The FI supplier role contains the vendor's financial data. Supplier holds the vendor's purchasing data. So those are all selections that can be made in here. So this is the drop down list. And within this drop down list, you have something that's called an FI supplier role. And you have another selection that's called supplier. Okay. So FI supplier role, that holds the vendor's financial data. And the supplier selection holds the vendor's purchasing data. So we're going to select the FI supplier role. And once you select the FI supplier role and that display in BP role, that screen will show you financial accounting related tabs. Why is that important to us? Because We are FICO consultants, remember? So if you want to modify any of the data fields here, all you have to do is click on this display change. You can toggle between just looking at it or actually being able to make changes. And if you do make any changes, be sure to click the save icon to save any changes. Okay, now we are switching our focus to company code data. So we're still in T code BP in the general data section for vendors. Okay. To view company code level data for the vendor, select and display in BP role, this guy up here, this red box. You're going to click that drop down list and you're going to select supplier financial accounting. Once we're in there, you see we got supplier financial accounting. You want to click company code from the top menu. This is the top menu. You can change the company code and maintain the vendor for another company code by clicking the switch company code button. And I have that highlighted here. You can do that to change company codes. You see we got company code 1000 right now. Well, if you want to switch to different company codes, you click that and we'll go into a different company code. Okay. Note, all fields can be different from company code to company code. Okay. All of these different field options, they can be different in a different company code. So I have highlighted here, this is the reconciliation account, and this is very, very important. Why is this important? Because in the reconciliation account field, you maintain the general ledger account posted to each time something is posted to for this vendor. Okay. For example, in goods receipt, invoice receipt, when our company buys something from a vendor, we send them a purchase order. The vendor prepares our order and ships it to us. Then the vendor sends us a vendor invoice where the vendor is asking us to pay them. So once we get the vendor invoice and we get the material, we uh, um, we go ahead and we process this invoice. And to process that invoice, we're going to debit our expense account, credit our GRIR account, debit our GRIR account, and credit the vendor. And this vendor number here is the vendor account that will be credited. That's why this number is important. Okay. Okay. This account is usually credited for vendor invoices, like I just explained. This account can also be debited for payments, credit memos, and clearing open vendor items. Okay. I want you note here, the business partner up top here, 2010, and the vendor down here, the reconciliation account, have the same account number. Would you look at that, 2110? Oh, shoot, I highlighted the wrong thing. I'm supposed to highlight this. I'm going to fix that right now. I don't want to create any confusion. I'm so sorry. That was supposed to be here. That didn't happen. Okay, so the business partner up here and the vendor right here have the same account number. So this is best practice because the best practice is controlled with. So what does best practice mean? It means this is the standard configuration settings. Okay. The best practice is controlled with the configuration of the number ranges assigned to vendor account groups and business partner account groups. So the recommended configuration is to have the same number for the business partner and vendor. These groups are separate objects. Oh no. These groups are separate objects and can have different number ranges. That business partner group and vendor group. However, different number ranges can cause confusion. That's why it's best practice to have them with the same number range. Cool. And that concludes our video. So if these videos are helping you all on your SAP journey, SAP FICO training journey, please like, subscribe, share, comment in the video. Let me know how you feel. Are you confident right now in your current level of understanding with SAP FICO? Let me know in the chats. Talk to me. All right, guys. Until next time, take care. Peace.